Okay. Oh, shit, I almost forgot the hamlometer. I'm a fool. How did I forget the hamlometer?
I think we got at least Wild Thing.
I'm betting we're
Gotta
gonna get a
be.
hard not to be, because we are not even slightly Hamlet. Yep, we are not even slightly Hamlet.
Whatever, that's totally how that ended.
Mm-hmm. In all fairness, they never really, you know, say what Hamlet Sr. did afterwards, you know. He could have done that canonically, just like, he could have just went and bothered, you know, Hamlet once and been like, hey, yo, so about my death and whatever, and then just been like, alright, well, I guess I got time, I'll go check out some squids and shit. Hell yeah, actually. Yeah, that's definitely Kate Beaton, I think, isn't it?
Yes,
Oh, okay,
it
it's
is,
Kate Beaton.
yeah.
Oh, it's nice. Poisons misused. 1. Choices made. 10. Times you were and times you were not. So, I think that's very much... Oh, bears married. 0. Wait, what? Times borrowing, lending. 0. I'm sorry.
I guess that could have gone a completely different way. Apparently.
Chat just now filling with excuse
Yeah,
me.
being like, bear marriage?
Wait, do you think a ghost would marry a bear?
I mean,
Alright, well, let's restart the adventure here. And, I think the only person we have left is Hamlet the Junior, so...
Junior
Yeah.
Ham. Maybe Hams.
The wee ham. The ham hawk. Let's... yeah, let's try this. Okay. Oh, and it's Xbox controller enabled. So why am I here
Right.
using a mouse like an idiot? And I could be using my Wii U Pro controller. Nice! Now I can play from my couch. So then I have to read from my couch, and that's hard. Okay, so yeah, we got our pretty standard opening. I could... Actually, let's see. Could I checkpoint back to in which you choose your character?
Yeah.
Good. Yes. There we go. So, we've done a wonderful Ophelia run. And a very solid Hamlet Senior run, so...
I don't know. I think, like, statistically, we've got to royally fuck up this one. Somehow.
Yeah!
They were so good.
God, that's a
think-
good drawing of Hamlet. It's so good.
Also the dinosaur. Nice.
Alright. You are Hamlet. You're 30 years old and you're living back at home, but it's okay because your home is a castle. That's right, ladies. You're a prince.
Hey!
Things have been rough lately. You've been trying to focus on your studies at Wittenberg University, where you and your bros Horatio, Rosencrantz, and Guildenstern all hang out. But you were called home because your father died. It feels wrong saying Guildenstern. That's... yeah. Then your dead dad's brother, Claudius, married your mom, Gertrude, 2 weeks later. Yup. It's made you kind of upset. You raised home to comfort her, but she's married your uncle, and that's weird. You feel weird. Right now, you're in the audience chamber of your father's castle, here in sunny Denmark. King Claudius is here and addressing his court. Laertes and Polonius are here too. Laertes is kind of a jerk, and Polonius is his father. Polonius is also the father of Ophelia, whom you're totally sweet on. She's not here, though. Who knows what adventures she's having? Yeah, something about thermometers. Something about thermometers? I don't know. Who knows what adventure she's having as we speak while you're stuck in this drafty castle room listening to other people talk about their feelings. Drafty as shit. Is there a way we could take care of this? I wonder. Speaking of speaking, just now Laertes says something about how now that Claudius is king and he's attended the coronation. Is it okay for him to go back to France? Claudius says, sure. Wait a minute, you'd love to leave too and go back to school, away from this weird incesty thing your mother's gotten herself into. Is that really incest? I don't know. That's brother bang, but I don't know if that's incest as much
Yeah,
as
not
just
necessarily incest, just weird.
incesty, I guess. You know, Hamlet's not terribly sharp. It's so gross and weird. I'll agree with that, though.
Yeah.
Wherefore? I think we should go back to school on this one. It seems like that's where the adventures are going to be at. I know it's Hamlet style,
hang out
but
with your bros, yeah.
yeah. Let's start the new Final Fantasy 15 with Hamlet.
Yeah, just riding around. You hold up your hand and open your mouth, but before you can say anything, Claudius addresses you directly, calling you his son. On one hand, that's entirely appropriate, especially since he just married your mom like 2 weeks ago. But on the other hand, he has brought creepy uncle to new heights. Creepy uncle points? Points for that, maybe?
Creepy uncle points.
So do we insult him under your breath by saying you're more than kin, i.e. you're related more than once now as both father, son, uncle, and nephew, but less than kind, this relationship you're in is unnatural. And in real life, people think up zingers like this one on the spot all the time, so this totally makes sense. Or he could be like, you're not my real dad. Storm out of the room. Yeah, I think we gotta choose the second one.
You're not my dad!
Unanimously, you're not my real dad. That is something Hamlet would say too, as an emo teen, 30 years old. While you're busy doing that, your friend Horatio bumps into you and tells you.
Sorry, I'm reading that.
A, he's in town for your dad's funeral / mom's wedding, and they serve leftover appetizers from one at the other. B, ghosts are real. C, he's seen one, and so have a bunch of other guys. D, it keeps showing up at the same time. And E, he's pretty sure it's the ghost of your dad. Finally, some adventure, some closure. You agree that you'll come with him tonight to see the ghost when it shows up again.
It's such an obvious decision, you feel like you don't have a choice in the matter.
I mean, yeah.
We don't have a choice in the matter.
A little detective ghost.
I'm a fan. The Detective Yorick. Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, so let's do that. I'll be there at 11:30 sharp, you say. Then Horatio leaves, satisfied. Well, now you have 8 hours to blow before it's time to meet ghosts. What do you want to do, Hamlet? Be Ophelia for a while or play solitaire? Well, I mean, I guess we have to try and see how that works.
Yeah, I don't...
Seeing solitaire, Ophelia, solitaire, solitaire, solitaire. I'm seeing...
split.
I kind of just want to see how solitaire goes.
Yeah, what if we actually get to play it? That could be fun.
You, Hamlet, Prince of all Denmark, are now sitting in your bedroom and playing solitaire for hours and hours and hours and hours. Which is a pretty colossally useless waste of your time, especially since you keep cheating. A 5 goes on top of a 3, Hamlet? Really? Anyway, at this point, we're 15 games in, and wow, if you're not careful, people might start saying that your tragic flaw is, I don't know, inaction? Got an achievement for cheating at solitaire.
Yay!
Eventually the sun goes down and it's almost 11:30, which hopefully you remember as the appointed hour Horatio told you about wherein a ghost keeps showing up to bother him. Time to go meet that ghost, huh?
Plus some myths about actual ghosts being real.
Those are very choice parentheses. Alright.
You and Horatio go to where he saw the ghost the first time. Now we play the waiting game, says Horatio. He's interrupted by the sound of trumpets. You look at him and raise an eyebrow. They make that noise to warn everyone that King Claudius is getting wasted, he says. Those trumpets go off every night around this time. He sighs. Denmark, he says. At that exact moment, something insanely crazy happens. What the frig?
I'll tell you what the frig! Our ghost is here! Look, ghost!
Whoa, look! Ghost!
I love that little... This is such a good...
Oh, so cute.
Well... Time to look ghost.
Gotta look ghost. Don't freak out, but right now you're staring cold in the face of a g specter. You can't even imagine how crazy this whole situation is. If you're getting too scared, read this next clause over and over until you're not insane with fear anymore. Everything will be okay. Alright, okay, we can do this. With your last shred of sanity, you quickly glance at the ghost, and then you worry that if you stare at the ghost too hard, your brain will realize it's looking at something so insanely impossible that you'll just black out. Anyway, this ghost. You can see through it, but only a little. It's weird. And I'll tell you what the frig else. Tuesday's the worst.
This ghost does look like your dad, and he's getting closer. It doesn't always show what the next, page is, because I think they assume you will not be having someone read via the internet on a delay.
With a delay,
yeah. As much as I like the idea, I don't know if it was built for that.
Yeah, not so much.
Alright, what now? Stare at the ghost intently and black out as your mind shuts down. Don't stare at the ghost too intently and try to figure out what it wants. Run away.
It seems it's pretty split between mind death and run away.
Mildly stare. Remember the first time. I'm getting some... Yep, I'm going with the look. Some hard looks. You stare at the ghost intently and your brain shuts down, and you collapse, unconscious of surprise. You are now the ghost! Before you is the unconscious body of your son, Hamlet. It looks like maybe he tripped too many balls. Yes, that's definitely what happened. There were a lot of balls lying around and Hamlet tripped on one too many of them. Maybe several.
Gosh.
Bottom line, too many balls were definitely tripped. Right here. You expected more from your son than this. To be precise, you expected to be able to tell him that you were murdered by your brother and that he should, revenge your death. Instead, you're staring at a dude you can't even touch. You stick a finger inside Hamlet's head thinking that maybe if you touch his brain, he'll wake up. But brains don't work that way. At least not with immaterial fingers made out of ectoplasm or whatever. And you don't make your finger solid, which is good, because that definitely would have killed him. What now? And we are Hamlet Senior. Good. Great. We are Ghost again. Ghost Dad the second. Yes. We can wait for him to wake up, or see if there's anyone else you can tell about your murder.
I mean, Horatio should be right there.
Yeah.
Just like watching this go down for...
Let's see.
Ditch your worthless son. You look around and see Hamlet's friend Horatio nearby. He looks like he's freaking out. Hey, you say, listen. Horatio, right? Listen, don't freak out. He seems to freak out a little less. That's good. Hey, when Hamlet wakes up, can you tell him my own brother murdered me, you ask? Tell him I'm looking for a little revenge. Horatio nods meekly. If he doesn't want to do it, then I'll make sure to revenge you, Mr. Your Majesty's ghost, sir. Just sir is fine, you say, smiling what you hope is a reassuring way. You look at Horatio for a moment. Well, great, you say. Perfect. Horatio looks at you. You look at him. He scuffs his feet a little. So, I guess that's it, you say. With my unfinished work now, finished, I suppose it's time for me to die for real now. You fade away in a shimmering light, certain that with Hamlet's intensity and Horatio's probable competence at actually achieving goals, you'll be revenged in no time. What could go possibly wrong, right? Exactly. This is the most assuredly 100% solved for real. It's too bad you couldn't stick around to watch the revenging going down, but you don't make the rules. Hey, I guess you're about to find out who, if anyone, does.
The end. Somehow. The end. Somehow.
Super solve your problem. Oh gosh. Poor Horatio.
Well, good. That was a good ending. So someone in the chat said, real talk, there's like 100+ endings.
Oh, wow. So even more
Yeah.
reasons so you guys can find them all.
There will be no way we'll get through close to
No.
that. Yeah. Amazing. Oh, Hamlo meter. Hell yeah.
Probably got a little higher. We actually picked some Hamlet.
There was some Hamlet. I'm guessing we got a ho-hum.
Yeah.
God damn it! How do we ham better?
We're so bad at hamming.
Is the Hamlo meter total endings, or how the fuck? How do I get more on the Hamlo meter? God damn it!
Hamlet meter walkthrough.
In all fairness, I think we're only getting like 10 pages in every time.
Yeah, I'm sure.
It could be the number of endings you have, or something. Ah, man, we're really bad at Hamlet. Shit.
Or really good. Depending on how you look at it.
Well, yeah. So, I'll do credits just because I
Yeah.
have to. Yeah. Just electronic EDM for credits. Good. The writers: Ryan North, William Shakespeare, and you. And just going through, yep, Noel Stevenson for the cover art. Illustrators, here we go. Here's a list.
Yeah.
Aaron Diaz, who is known for a lot of things. Alex Thomas, Andrew Hussey, Andy Rutten, Anthony Clark,
Anthony
who I
Clark,
think is
who does
Nedroid.
Nedroid.
Nedroid. Oh god, I love Nedroid. Becky Drystat, Braden Lamb, Shelley Perlin, Brandon Bird, who does all the really crazy, like the Christopher Walken on Inappropriate thing. He does a lot of really weird paintings. Yeah. Brian McLaughlin, Carly Minato, Chip Zdarsky, who is another really good one. Chris Hastings, another. Yeah, I mean, you can just put these names in and get.
Yeah, Emily Carroll,
obscene.
who's amazing. Emily Partridge, also great. Does storyboards for Adventure Time.
Then more illustrators, Jeff Jacques, who
I was gonna
does.
say, there's
yeah.
more, yeah.
Yeah, Jeff Rowland, who is, I think. I want to say he's the guy who does all of Topatico.
Yeah, he does. Yeah, he pretty much does that. Just Fake.
Yeah.
Who else?
John Campbell.
Allison, John Campbell, Kate Leth, Kate Beaton.
Joe Rosenberg, I think. God, I can't even remember. Casey Green, who of course is fantastic. He's on
He's
the.
known for being Casey Green. Chris Straub. Chris Straub, who does Brood Hollow, which is great. You should read it. Meredith Duran, who does Octopus Pie. Mario Meekins. Mike Krahulik, Penny Arcade.
Oh, yeah.
So many people.
Who got all these people into draw stuff? I mean, it's cool. There's a lot of people in the, you know, the webcomic community is actually pretty tight in a lot of the people in the group.
They are, yeah.
You can, if you follow any of them on Twitter, you'll see like 50 of them talk to each other. Just
Yeah, basically.
Yeah, it'll just, Casey Green will randomly be like, I kind of want to watch the Juggalo movie and get real drunk. And then someone else will just be like, yo, I already got a copy of it set up, let's go.
Yeah. Sam Bosma is great. If you don't know Sam Bosma, you should look him up because I have a print by him. It's very good.
Ryan Pecklin.
Scott Campbell, Steve Wolfhard, who works on Adventure Time, I believe, storyboard artist.
Yeah.
So many.
Yeah, more Zach Wiener, who does Saturday morning breakfast cereal, I think. I might be getting that wrong.
Vera Brosgol did Anya's Ghost, very good graphic novel. Zach Gorman, who does I guess video game comics, among other things. That's what he's kind of known for, were his Legend of Zelda comics that he did.
And if you need a list of webcomics to read, this is another good reason
Basically,
to get
yeah.
this game. You've got a wonderful list in here of just people who make way too many webcomics. Okay, map. So the person who did that, the UI design. Lead coder been written. Yeah, so incredible on the whole. Just the amount of work that went into this. Like I'm, yeah, it's good. It's good. I'm a fan of this.
Thanks, audioblock.com.
Yeah, absolutely. And the beta testers, people who can read. That's good.
Basically.
Legals, accounting mins, yeah, the chess skills, Joey Kim. Wait, he does stuff. Wait, Joey, no, he's the. Oh God. Losing my spot now. Oh God, this is like a web. This is like 100 questions webcomic artist edition. Just
it really
who can you remember of all of these? Oh God. Okay. Yeah. Good. The Canadian Security Intelligence Service one is actually fucking hilarious because I don't know if it's the whole story, but Ryan North had put at some point that he's like going through. He's like, yeah, so I've got all this really weird shit in my Google search history, like how to bury a body and how to hide a body and stuff. It's like, thanks to Canadian Security Intelligence Services for not getting down my throat about that.
Oh, nice.
Just had to do all that for this book. All of surprisingly more fact lists because, yeah, good. And then uses dyslexic fonts, okay. And, gah. Some of our losing contestants receive a gift basket of delicious chocolates.
Yay.
Yeah. So, that's 3 endings of to be or not to be. There's a lot in here, I suppose. It just came out on Steam a little while ago. If this is a Vine thing, this is the best use I've seen so far.
Yeah, basically.
This is pretty great. So, yeah, thanks for joining me on book stream.
Book stream.
Yeah. And do you have anything to plug, I guess, even though I'm nobody?
No. Don't worry about it. I'm just a lady.
Alright. Okay. Alright, well, thanks for joining me, chat. Thanks for joining me. I might jump over games, I'm not sure. But that's good for book. I don't want to give away too much.
Yeah, go buy it.